Okay, I'm going a little overboard with the eating on camera because somebody gave me something I wouldn't have selected myself. Haagen-Dazs is not my ice cream of choice. It's usually Ben and Jerry's, but I don't want to eat Ben and Jerry's right now because I am deceased in the threatening of being Jewish myself. So I have Haagen-Dazs here. It has dulce de leche in it, and I am on camera about the dulce de leche. Why is it called dulce de leche and nobody speaks Spanish, right? Well, I speak a little Espanol, but I don't speak it anymore because I don't have any passport anymore. I don't have a passport valid anymore. And I have had to speak a little bit of Spanish when I was outside homeless, but I didn't tell anybody why I knew Spanish, and I don't speak the same accented Spanish as I used to. I had to change it a couple of times. I was learning in class in high school. Well, I'll start with middle school, some middle school, high school, and then university. And then there was also traveling. So I had study abroad. So I learned some different dialects of Spanish. So like some of the words, I would say them differently. And when I was speaking Spanish when I was homeless, it was really classroom Spanish. If I could speak that much, but I wouldn't speak that much. If I was in a classroom, I'd be mostly listening. Yeah, so when I was homeless, people wouldn't leave me alone. So there's dulce de leche in this. Well, okay. But what I would call it milk caramel, but that's not really what it's really just caramel, and there's something wrong with American caramel. Yeah. Do you have caramel at Starbucks? Caramel at Starbucks in a latte or something like that. That's a thin kind of caramel. I like the milk caramel that's really thick. Dulce de leche can be that way, but this one is a little bit thin. I'm eating with a plastic knife because I did not easily find a spoon that I would use. This is a plastic knife from the Olive Garden. Take out food. I knew somebody when I was homeless named Ryan, and Ryan ate ice cream in front of me with a knife, like a folded knife that he opened up and ate the ice cream with it. Uh, that was a little scary because he put the knife right in his mouth. I bought him a spoon, a plastic spoon. I didn't buy him a plastic knife like this one. Yeah, I bought him a spoon. Well, I have a problem with dulce de leche. When I was in Argentina, I had a problem at my workplace. I was working when I was in Argentina. I worked at a magazine company. It was called Profile in Spanish. The Spanish word was perfil, which means profile. And it was a building with, I don't know how many floors, maybe 15 floors. And then a number of the floors, I don't know how many because I didn't go up all the stairs. They had a different magazine or publication on each floor of the building. And I was on the one floor for the magazine called Noticias. It was News is the name of the magazine. And somebody from the magazine where I was working who was sitting by the computers, I was using the internet a little bit. Somebody followed me home on the subway, and I don't know why, because I don't get payroll at Noticias Perfil. That means I don't know what he's looking for because I don't get payroll. I'm not on their money. I was I guess you could say, intern, but they don't have that word in Spanish. I just applied for a job. They gave me a job and they didn't offer me any money. What's wrong with this creator? Why doesn't he have any money? Charles Toe didn't have any money, and my Hot 1000 list of boyfriends has never given me any money. And none of my employment has given me money unless I get payroll. But the payroll is terminated when they run out of money, and I don't let them run out of money. I leave and quit when I'm done with the work. When I'm done doing work with myself, I quit. And that's how I think the creator doesn't have any money. So, Nicolas Pieri is the one who was at Noticias Perfil, Profile magazine. Wait a minute. Noticias is news magazine. Profile is the company. And he sexually abused myself with a container of dulce de leche, where I was invited to use the apartment, and he followed me in there, and I was just supposed to spend one night there. And he did that. He spilled the dulce de leche all over the sheets I was sleeping on. And I had to take a shower, if you catch my drift. I am none higher than me deceased. Well, from my point of view, I think you have a lot of nerve to talk to me at all, if that's what you wanted to talk to me about. But I am myself. I don't actually have that I could possibly be interested in you. I don't know why you don't do that to each other in front of me. Well, why doesn't Nicolas Pieri have a girlfriend and they have some kind of dulce de leche problem in front of me so I can leave the room? I can't leave the room if you're doing that to myself. And I need a bodyguard is not true. I don't have that. I'm that far in the wrong. I'm not as far in the wrong as that I have a bodyguard. So if you see somebody who has their own money, do you want to take off their clothes, rub their genitals, and talk to them about themselves and say, could you please be quiet, because you actually started to talk to them and you're hearing them talk to you with yourself, and you couldn't get yourself to be quiet, you couldn't get yourself to be elsewhere, and you couldn't undo what you did to somebody else, and you didn't care because it was locked up in the past, Are you a molester? I'm describing to you what I saw, but it is not what I am and is not what I did to anyone, ever. So if you have a problem with your own genitals, you want to touch somebody else's genitals, well, that is against myself because I alive all the genitals. So why are you doing that to me if you don't do that in front of me because I alive all the genitals? That would be funny. I alive all the genitals and you have two that don't agree with each other in front of me so I can leave the room. Because you keep thinking that I have a problem. I was wondering what you're going to do with that I don't have a problem. I don't want my female genitals. They are totally illegal for other reasons. Like, look at me eating on camera. This is food that's been paid for, a price, a payment, a receipt, and a thank you very much. Like, dismissal of the receipt. Have a nice day. Dismissal of the thank you. My female genitals are illegal, but I don't want the male to disturb my clitoris. I don't like that. Well, it's disturbed. It was elsewhere's more sacred, but I've had so much alive of sexual abuse between the ages of 20 and 48. It's too much sexual abuse. It's so much sexual abuse that it's not due to be formed. Yeah. Like sexual abuse, even just the memory of it, it's abusive that you were ever there. Uh, so, but I need, I don't know what it will be like. I have to see what is my afterlife like that I still am aware of what happened to me when I was alive, but that it not be coming up on my mind like a reality. Or it's just, and it's in my mind. It's not a reality in the world around me, but it's on my mind. The memory, the recall, the reflection, a lot of music. I suppose you could say there's a lot of music on this subject, but those people who sing the songs, they don't actually have the problem that I am to myself. And I don't really relate. I listen to the music because I love the sound of God, but I don't actually relate to the songwriters or singers or musical groups. I don't really relate to them. I don't know you. You're illegal alive shunts who don't afford yourselves and all the problems that you gave me with your need to be a professional singer. And you don't have your keys deceased. All right. I'm out of time.